What the heck is wrist lag? Is it something that you should be doing and adding to your game? Well, it's a little known secret that pros like me use to generate more power, more spin, and even control on serves, returns, drives, and speed ups. So yeah, you should be doing it, and I'm gonna show you how. First, we need a couple of preparation steps. Otherwise, wrist lag is definitely gonna hurt us and not help us. We need a unit turn, meaning that our entire upper body is coiling and rotating into position. I try to accomplish this by keeping my non-dominant hand near the paddle head during my preparation.
Point.
I'm asked about grip pressure at the kitchen constantly, but not really on serves, returns, and drives. But grip pressure is super important here. Rather than give you an arbitrary number out of 10, I'm gonna help you determine exactly how much grip pressure to apply for you, because everybody has different grip strength. Pause the video right here and grab a paddle. That's right, get your lazy ass off the couch and grab a paddle, preferably a Pro XR paddle since they're the sponsor of today's video. And if you don't have one, my YouTube subscribers can get 10% off and free shipping by clicking the icon on the screen and using the code ZNPSubscriber at checkout. With your Pro XR paddle in hand, point your arm out parallel to the ground. Now hold the paddle barely tight enough to even hold on to it. If you held it any looser, the paddle would fall out of your hand. That's your 1 out of 10 grip strength, also known as the Chris Olsen grip strength. Now, begin to squeeze your hand until your paddle head naturally elevates. Note what number this is for you. For me, it's probably somewhere between a 2 and a 3. Now, firmly grasp the paddle.
Firmly grasp it in your hand.
Until your forearm muscles start to activate. This is probably a 5 or 6. Now, firmly grasp it as hard as you can. That's a 10 out of 10, and I really only included that in the video so I could drop a SpongeBob meme. The only time you would ever want to be a 10 out of 10 is for a paddle smash, and too firm of a grip leads to overuse of injuries like tennis elbow.
The number one problem with instructional videos on YouTube is how the advice actually applies to you. There's no one-size-fits-all advice, and I'm solving that problem by creating the transition zone. We're launching in early 2026, and you can lock in the best price forever by becoming a founding member. Founding members spots are limited and will save you hundreds of dollars over the next couple of years. And if you don't love it, you don't pay, plain and simple. 4 skill levels, 8 core skills, and 5 pillars of each skill, and 1 definitive plan to make you better at pickleball. Join today by heading to tzpickleball.com.
As the ball gets closer to me, I'm gonna let gravity drop my paddle slightly below the level of the ball. It's important to let gravity do this rather than manually moving my arm into place because it allows my arm to stay loose during that backswing. And staying loose is why I can hit a forehand about as hard as anybody on tour, despite not exactly being a physical specimen.
And good night.
Very dangerous to bring Johnson up to the net like he did, especially with how quick.
Once I've prepared well with a loose grip and allow gravity to drop my paddle below the level of the ball, I want to quickly accelerate my paddle towards the ball. The nice part is, if I keep my arm and my grip loose during the preparation, the wrist lag should take care of itself here and you shouldn't be thinking about it whatsoever. I need to clear up a couple of really important errors that people make at this point. First, we're not intentionally trying to snap our wrist from here. With good preparation, the wrist lag and snap should happen naturally. Think about throwing a ball, or better yet, throwing a paddle. When I start to accelerate my arm forward, my forearm naturally lays back as my elbow comes forward. You don't do this intentionally, but you allow it to happen. Second, we want to make sure that our elbow doesn't open up in this position. When our elbow opens up, our paddle face opens up as well, and we won't be able to get any topspin on the ball, which is going to make it impossible to keep the drive in the court. At the contact point, think about having the hand in a handshake position rather than having the hand in a low 5 position. Finally, we need to make contact in front of our body. If we make contact late, our wrist doesn't have time to naturally lag and snap through the shot. I think about making contact with the ball about a forearm length in front of my body or near my front leg here. Here are a couple side-by-side examples. On the left, you'll see proper wrist lag, and on the right, you'll see a forehand without wrist lag. The wrist lag shot allows for the creation of much more power and spin. On a driving shot, spin is what helps us keep the ball on the court, aka control. Wrist lag is applicable to any shot where we want to quickly accelerate, whether it's a serve, return, drive, or attack. If you take nothing else away from this video, wrist lag is a passive activity brought about by good preparation and nothing else. The wrist lag is something to add to your game, but if you want to learn a shot that's going extinct in modern pickleball, subscribe because I'm dropping that video next week.